The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Horrible Games. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the Daughter.
And today we are playing Dragon Castle.
And this is by Horrible Games, but as we like to say, it is not a horrible game.
Yeah, and here's a little spoiler. We really like this game.
We really like it.
It's a good game. But here's the thing. Megan has not actually ever beaten me at this yet. So why don't you guys watch our playthrough and find out if her luck's about to change or if Dad's going to continue his winning ways.
Hopefully.
We have the game set up for two players, obviously, Dad versus Daughter. And you'll notice that at the top of the player board here, or I should say the game board, we have the two-player indicator there. We have our dragon tiles down here. And in a two-player game, you only have two out, so you can see that. We have our shrine pool. We have our player boards. We are each going to start with one shrine in our own shrine pool there and our own realm. So I've only played Mahjong on the iPad.
Same.
And it plays different than like if you were playing Mahjong against a person. The way this works, it's very similar in that you're going to take a tile off the top. You always start by taking a tile off the top of the Dragon Castle here. And then you can do a few things. One, you can match it with another tile that has a long edge free. So I'm looking here, and you could take those two. You could take a tile off the top and also take a shrine to put in your pool. You can take a tile off the top and discard it out of the game and get one victory point.
Yes.
Now, when we only have one level left of the Dragon Castle itself, then we can start taking these dragon tiles down here. There were 2 points at the end of the game. When this one is exposed, that has the exclamation point, then that signifies the last round of the game. We have a stack here, and just in case somebody else is going to take one. So what we're going to do when we take the tiles from the Dragon Castle, Megan, let's just go ahead and demonstrate. Let's take these two, even though we're going to see what's underneath. That's not going to affect anything. You can place them anywhere you want to on your realm. You don't have to place them together. You don't have to place them in a certain spot. The only thing that you are required to do whenever you have at least 4 or more that are adjacent to each other, that are of the same type. Now, Megan has taken all of bamboo. Then you must consolidate. And consolidate means that you flip them over. Now, when you flip them over, depending on the type of tile it is, that determines how many shrines that you can place on top. And whenever you place a shrine, it has to be on top of those that you just consolidated. So Megan just showed you right there. Shrines can only go on top of face-down tiles. And like I said, it has to be on the set that you just consolidated. Now, there are other types of tiles. We showed you the bamboo, they're green. You have the gold tiles, and you also have the swords that are red. Those are the 3 basic sets, and there's also the most of those in the game. Whenever you consolidate any sets of those, you are allowed to place one shrine. The next step up in tiles is you have the blue and you have the black.
Which are the seasons and kind of like the weather.
Yeah.
Kind of winds and temperatures and stuff like that.
You have rain and clouds and all that. Whenever you consolidate sets of those, you may place up to 2 shrines if you have them available in your pool. Now, the dragons are kind of special because there's only 12 dragons, I think.
I believe so, yeah. There's not that many of them. But when you consolidate those, you're allowed to place up to 2 shrines.
Yeah, there's 12 dragons.
And then you also get 1 victory point for doing that.
Yeah, so those kind of act like the season tiles. There are 16 season tiles, 16 wind tiles, 12 dragons, and then there's 24 each of the gold, the swords, and the farmers. They call them farmers, but we always call them bamboo. So one more thing that we need to talk about, and that are the spirit and dragon cards. Now we have a spirit card up top that Megan is pointing to with the Disney point there.
2 fingers.
we can invoke that spirit card once per turn by either discarding one of the shrines from our own personal temple or pool, or we can discard one face-up tile in our realm,
Yes.
and then we can activate that. Now, this particular spirit card,
looks like a koi fish.
yeah, it does. It is called the Spirit of Faith, and it will allow you to build one additional shrine when you consolidate a set of tiles. So normally when you consolidate a set of the farmers, the swords, or the gold, you would only be able to place one shrine. If you invoke this when you consolidate, you would be able to place an additional. Also, if you do the seasons or the weather, then you would be able to actually put down up to 3 if you had them.
Same with the dragon too.
Same with the dragon. Now let's talk about the dragon card that's next to it. This is kind of a special one. This is the Dragon of Devotion. So we're going to get 1 extra victory point for every shrine that we have in our realm that is adjacent to at least 1 face-up dragon tile. So that means in this game, if we have a shrine there, we may not be wanting to flip dragon tiles, or we may just want to place them, make sure we place them next to our shrines. So I think that pretty much covers it. We do have a nice little reference card here, because when we consolidate, we're going to be scoring points. Now, the points are based on the number that we consolidate. So the more you consolidate, the more points you get. 4 is the minimum. You're going to get 2 points. If you go up to 8, you're going to get 8 points. And anything over 8, you'll get 8 points plus however many extra that you flipped. I don't know that I've ever flipped more than 8.
I think the max I flipped was maybe 7 once, but yeah, I've never got to 8.
I think my buddy Aaron, I think he actually flipped 10
Wow.
once. But so we kind of keep that handy. We also have end game scoring that you can see on the card here, and that is we are going to get points for our shrine based on the level they are on. So if we have a shrine on top of just a single tile, we're only going to get 1 point. If it's on top of 2 tiles, we're going to get 2, and on top of 3 or greater, we'll only get 3 points. So we can actually build up as high as we want, but we're only going to get a max of 3 for any shrines that are on there.
There's also some more information on the back of the card as well, just kind of letting you know what you can do each turn. So taking from those tiles that have the long side exposed, and you can take 1 in the shrine, and then you can take 1 and discard it for the victory point. And then just reminding you, once you get to that bottom layer, you can take 1 of those dragons.
Yep. And the victory points are just tokens. We have red 1s, we have green 3s, and we have kind of beigey 5s.
There's no red 5.
There is no red 5. You know why? Because it would be standing by.
Yeah, true.
All right, so let's get ready to play. Now, the rules state in this game that the person who last saw a dragon, but not in this game, actually gets to go first. And I believe, Megan, that would be you, because your dragon was...
Figment of your imagination. So did I really see him, though? He's a figment of your imagination?
Yeah, but he's real.
He is real, yeah. So, yeah, I worked at Epcot, so I saw Figment a lot.
And sometimes he's a little annoying. But
yeah. But, I mean, Mushu was also at my park, too. Because he met in China sometimes. So, you know.
Dragon. He doesn't do that tongue thing.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Such a good movie.
All right, so Megan, let's go ahead and start us off.
I'm going to go ahead and go for those 2 that we showed in our demonstration, because they're right there.
Because why wouldn't you?
Obviously, they're standing right out. So I'll do that.
And like I said, you always have to start with the topmost. You know what? I see dragons.
I do too.
There be dragons. So I am actually just going to place those kind of willy-nilly.
I can see that, yeah, especially with that dragon you can invoke.
There, and you know what? Let's go there and there. Yeah. And you're actually placing these simultaneously. So just think of it as I'm just doing this, even though I may do this and then that.
At the same time.
And that's because of how things fire off. They don't want you to say, oh, well, when I place this one, it immediately fires off. No. Both of them place at the same time. So
I'm going to take that one and then this one. So that wouldn't be touching, correct? Since they're kind of adjacent.
Correct.
So it wouldn't flip it.
No, diagonal doesn't count.
Just wanted to make sure.
Well, I can take
I was going to say, go for those.
And I could take that one, or I could...
Oh, you could open up some on the bottom, yeah.
well, I'm not really opening anything up and somebody's going to take it.
Yeah.
But what it would do is open up that cloud. Now, I sometimes have to get up on my horse here to see what's available, but I'm actually going to, well, that would open up that two, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I can
there's
open
not
up that
another
gold.
2 yet.
And I'm just going to place these like so.
Kind of leaving me in a little predicament because there isn't really much I see right now. It's open. I mean, I could go for the blues.
Not the St. Louis Blues.
I mean, I do
Our
root for
favorite
them.
hockey team.
Yeah. I think I'll take that one because it was there, and then that one. Put those right down there.
Well, yeah, I take this, and I see that
Yep.
guy right there. You know what? I am going to go ahead and place these here. So now that I have 4 together, I have to consolidate. So I just flip these over. They have to stay in their same spots. So they're going to flip over, and I will get 2 points.
Yes. Would you like to place a shrine?
I would not.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What do I want to do?
Megan knows my strategy.
I do. I already know what you're going to do there. I think it's kind of obvious, but...
Is it like Captain Obvious?
I don't know. Not Captain America, though.
Captain Kirk?
Yeah.
Captain Ahab?
There's a lot of captains. Captain Jack Harkness, though. That's like the best captain ever.
Captain Morgan?
That's a different type. I'm going to go ahead and take that dragon, and since there's not a mate for it yet... Well, there is. Oh no, it's a different dragon. Different swirly. I'm going to go ahead and take a shrine.
Yeah, sometimes you really only want to take one because you need to build up your shrine pool.
Well, that's kind of a thing too I've noticed, especially it's probably going to come into factor with this game, where we're probably just going to take dragons and then just get more shrines, especially if we're going to invoke that one.
Would you imagine?
I mean, you know,
Imagine Dragons? I used to always think that song was called Magic Dragon.
Magic Dragons. No.
Magic Dragons. I don't
Did you know they got their start from writing the music for the Broadway Spider-Man.
The one that all the people got hurt on? And
Yeah,
died?
like the acrobatic one. They wrote the score for that, and then they got famous.
I'm going to take these guys.
But look at them now. Like, they're super cool.
And, you know, I'm just going to put those right there.
Yeah.
So you have a sword or a gold that you may take.
Those aren't, like, open yet on the board.
Well, you can take one and discard it. You can throw it somewhere else and take another shrine.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do.
Because if you have an open one, it's,
yeah.
You know, you can use that to invoke the spirit of the koi fish there.
Koi fish. Like you're saying Koivu, like that guy on the Blues.
No, he's not on the Blues. He's on the Wild.
Oh.
Koivu, yeah.
He got
That's why
transferred?
I don't like him. No, he was never on the Blues.
Oh, I guess they always just picked up his name, though, when I watched the game.
So those of you who are watching this, we actually did watch the Blues and the Wild play last night, and the Blues got their butts kicked by the Wild. They were totally outplayed.
But I always pick up his name, and I thought he was a Blues player.
Koivu. Well, you know probably where you heard it is from the hockey video game I used to play.
I don't know. It's just a funny name.
Koivu. You know, I'm going to take that.
I like it.
And, you know, I think I'm going to put that there.
You're stacking up.
Take another shrine.
Let's see. Still not really much open, I feel like, that I kind of want to go for. But there are some swords.
We're now on the second level.
Those aren't the swords I'm looking for.
Those aren't the swords you're looking for.
But I can take that, actually.
Now, remember.
Yeah, I should have taken from that
You're
one.
originally taking from the top layer.
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out so nobody got confused saying, oh, she's taking from the bottom.
No, I know. I do that sometimes. I don't mean to. I'm like, I just grab it, and I'm like, oh, wait.
You know what? I want to do this instead.
Ooh.
I'm going to take that guy and this guy.
Okay.
And place those guys like that.
Do this one and that one. And place them like that.
me see. This is
The lightning bolt.
Lightning bolts. Like Zeus. I'm gonna place those guys like that.
Okay. Take this one and that one. Do one there and there. Do you get bonus points if the shrines are next to multiple dragons, or is it only if it's next to one?
It's got to be at least next to one.
But like,
well, like so each
and
dragon
if I
would
boxed
score.
one in,
Each dragon
Yeah,
would score
okay.
with each shrine.
Yeah.
So
I just saw that. Like if I moved it and
now
like
this is one we've
boxed
not
it in,
actually had before.
if that would get me like count for both. I
I'll
mean,
tell
it
you what,
probably
while
doesn't.
I'm mulling my turn, I'll let you look that
Okay.
up. The rule book does a very good job of explaining what
does.
each one of
I
them
just
do.
thought of that. Like maybe if I
We've been trying to play with different ones every time, so we've not played with this one before.
that one is the yellow dragon. Dragon the devotion.
I second that emotion.
I like that it has free, an FAQ right under it. That's pretty cool. If a shrine has more than one dragon tile next to it, do I gain more points? No. Each shrine can only be worth one victory point for the purpose of this objective.
Oh, well, there you
So,
go.
it was already asked.
And I think I read that at the beginning, too.
So, I mean, it doesn't really matter where I place them, but I'll leave them there, I guess, for time being.
Well, you know, I'm going to take this and a shrine, and I'm going to place this guy right there.
Alright. Go ahead and take this one. Oop, that's not the same one. Yeah, that one. That was what I was looking at. And I'm going to go ahead and flip these. So that will flip 6. Am I consolidating?
6 will get you 5.
Yes, please.
Would you like to place a shrine? Or 2?
I mean, I could, but...
You could place 2. You
Could.
could place up to 2.
I
You don't
could,
have to.
yeah.
And that is only if you invoke this guy. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're only doing 1.
I think I'll just do the 1 and leave it there for now.
All right. Fair enough. But you played right into my hand.
Did I?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I'll take this guy
That's what you were doing the other night. Ticket to Ride.
and this guy.
Kind of messing me up on that one.
You know what? I think I'm going to place him there and that guy there. And I will flip. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6.
5.
So I'll get 5 points. And I could place at least 1 shrine. So I think I will. Place 1 shrine. And I'm going to place him right there.
Okay. And go ahead and take this leaf. Oop. Knocking down the temple here. And that one. Go ahead and place them like that. So that will be flipping 4 for 2 points.
And you can place up to 2 shrines if you'd like.
I can on that one. I'm okay for the moment. Oh, let me flip this. Actually, no, I will put a shrine.
And you could discard a face-up tile if you wanted to place more shrines. Although
okay.
you said you only place 1.
Yeah,
so
I'm only placing the 1.
I guess you don't have enough to place 3 anyway.
Not really, no. Probably should get some. I see a couple you could go for, and a lot of them are reds.
Yeah. I've already thought about that.
You could go for the blue. They're like the star. Like not the star, the sun one. You could do that one there.
I could.
You
but
could open up
you know,
some more.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to take this one. And, I don't think I want to open up that one and give you a dragon. So I'll take that. And what the hey? You know what? Let's just go right there, like that.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Take that one and this one. Do it like that.
I'm going to take this and this double.
Okay.
And I'll put him there and that guy there.
Take. Nope. Oh, no, that one is good. This one, and that one. And do it like that. Oop. There we go.
I'll take that 5 and that 5. Put them right there.
Take. Oh, nope, those are bottom.
You can take those two.
Yeah, I can. So I'll do that, and then place those like so. So I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow, that'll get you 9 points.
That will.
And you can place 1 shrine,
I can.
which that's all you have.
We
in your
just
pool.
said, you know, like I haven't flipped anything over 8, and then look at me. So that was there. That. Put it there.
Okay, I'll take that 6 and that 6.
Actually, can I move my
Yeah, you
phone?
go ahead.
I'll put it there.
That's fine. I will place those 2 like this, and I'm going to go ahead and consolidate
4.
that. That's going to give me 2 points.
Yep.
It's almost like a dexterity game because you gotta flip and not mess your realm up. I'm not placing.
You're not?
Nope.
Okay.
And you gave me my 2 points.
I did, yes. Okay, let's do. I'm gonna go ahead and flip 4 of those. Ah, never mind. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna place those like that yet.
Okay.
Let's do it like that, so I'm not quite touching. I was like, I don't have a shrine. I don't want to do that.
But you did open me up for
I
that.
did, yeah.
So I will take these guys
Mm-hmm.
and I will place them here.
Yes.
And I will go ahead and consolidate. So that's going to be 6. That'll get me 5
5.
points. And I can place up to 2 shrines.
Which you do have in your pool.
I do have 2 shrines. 2 shrines in my pool. Was that like 3 coins and a fountain?
I don't know. Is it like that?
That's for my buddy Jeff if he's listening. Do I want to
I don't know
place 2 shrines? You know what? I think I shall. 'Cause sometimes it seems like I have tons of shrines left over.
that. You always seem to collect them quicker than me, which I've noticed. So going off of that note, I'm going to take 1 and take a shrine because I do need some before I flip.
Options there, but I will take this. I'll take some gold. Got the gold right here, Paul. Keep telling you, boy, I hate your paw.
What?
It's from the Outlaw Josie Wales,
Oh.
the classic Clint Eastwood Western.
All right.
There's one of my favorite sayings in all of movies is in that, and I cannot say it because this is a family channel. Let's go ahead.
I feel like I know.
Place these. Oops, what am I doing turning these over?
Can't do that.
I can't do that yet.
No.
Silly me. Okay, I'm just going to place them right like that.
You got distracted by profanity.
You distracted me, Turd Blossom.
I do that. Let's do those there.
Okay, I will take this gold and a shrine. 'Cause
Okay.
I need some shrines.
You do.
Let me go ahead and put that, slide that in right there. Yeah, my the quote from Outlaw Josie Wales has to do with rain in someone's back. So those of you that are familiar with that movie, you can
Put
figure
it
out what that
together.
is. Yes. And if not, you can go look it up on YouTube, but
No idea.
probably not appropriate for children.
No idea. Take a shrine.
So do I want to do any kind of hate drafting here?
What are you gonna hate draft? Because we only have the top.
I will take that.
That's fine.
And I'm going to place it there. And I'm just going to take a
That's okay.
shrine.
That one. There, and then a shrine.
All right, so now that we only have one level left, we can actually start taking these tiles. I don't think it would be in my best interest because you, I think, are winning.
I am. I have 16 points at the moment.
You load 16 points.
And
what do you get?
Just that alone, you've got 14. Yeah. I mean, it's close. Is it my turn?
No, it's my turn. I haven't taken my turn yet.
You distracted me, but you were distracting yourself.
You know, I think...
You could.
Well, it doesn't really matter
if you
because
want to take
you're going to... Well, opening up that particular green is not going to help because you could take any other ones. So you know what? I'm just going to take a dragon, and I'm going to take this. Yeah. That's only going to give me 1 extra point.
Hey, it's 1 point. Don't knock it.
Don't knock it.
It's still a point.
Put him there.
Okay.
No, you know, I'm going to put him there.
Okay. Are you sure? Is that your final placement?
My final placement.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna take one. Yeah, sure. I'll take that one. There.
Wow. You're gonna kill it on those points.
5, 6, 7. It would be it'd be a lot. It'd be 8 again, 9. If I can get a pair to open.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm taking these two.
Yes, you're gonna flip them. See what you could do, or are you going to do it?
I know what I could do. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put those like this, and I will flip, and that'll be 2, 4, 6, which will give me 5 points.
5.
So let me flip these very carefully.
You are building the temple, not destroying it.
What are you, Obi-Wan?
I don't know.
You were supposed to save the Jedi, not destroy them. So
You were the chosen one.
I can put 1 temple. So I'm going to put 1 temple. Let's put him there. And I'm going to discard that to place a 2nd temple.
Got ya.
And that 2nd temple will go
You don't want to invoke anybody to do that? You want to get rid of that tile?
Well, I'm invoking that.
Oh, okay.
So I can place it. I'm sorry, I should have been more specific.
Okay, that's what I was like. Okay.
Yes, I'm discarding this
Got
off
ya.
of my realm, a face-up tile, to invoke the spirits.
Gotcha. Okay. Still hasn't really...
Oh, and yeah, you gave me my 5.
I did give you your 5, yes.
Okay.
You have it. What do I want to do? It's like... That's not going to really matter much. That one's just going to kind of be empty. So I might as well take those 2, do that one. That one's just going to be a dud, but there's 4. So I'll flip for 2 points. And I can put 2 temples down with the blue.
With the blue you can.
So I'm going to do that and that. Do you want to do it like that? No, let's do it like that. And that'll be it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take this dragon and a shrine.
Okay.
And I shall place that dragon here.
Cool. There are no matching green tiles open. And it's giving me some problems here for what I want to do. So I think I'm just gonna have to just go with it. Take that one and a shrine, and I'll put it there. So I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That'll get you 8 points.
8 points.
And you can place one shrine, and you could
can.
actually discard something
I'm
to
gonna
place
discard
another.
this random blue one over here. Like after I put it down, I was like, oh, that might come in handy. So it's kind of good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good move.
Mhm.
And putting.
I've gotten so much
but I
better
know where
at
you're
this
gonna
game.
put.
So,
Really? You put way down there? Not gonna put it on your 3s?
Oh, I mean, I could, yeah.
Actually, it's gonna work out to the same points.
Because
One thing we didn't explain is once a shrine is on top of a tile, it cannot be moved.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't put anything under it or over it.
I'm just gonna do
You're
it
not
there.
gonna put both of them up on the 3?
Well, this one's by my dragons.
All right.
I mean, I guess I could still build that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you talk me into it.
I mean, it's same points either
Yeah.
way.
Pretty much.
How far do I keep going? That's the question.
Gonna consolidate some points there.
I'll take this and a shrine,
Okay.
and I'm going to place it here, and I will
Flip
flip. That's
2.
only going to give me 2. And I can place one shrine, and you know what? I'm going to invoke the spirit with a shrine and place a second shrine right there.
Ooh, that's good. Got a lot of shrines. So do I, though. I don't know what I want to do, so I'm just going to take one of those while I think about it.
Yeah.
See what you play around with.
And unfortunately, I think you have me beat.
I probably do this game, actually.
And I'm not. I mean, I could take
I've gotten
those.
so much better at strategizing. So, like...
Strategizing.
But I'm good at that. I'm good at, like, visually kind of seeing where I want to have things go and stuff.
All right.
The dragon ability's helping, though.
No, I don't really want to expose dragons for you.
You could. You could be really nice and do that for me.
And now that you've consolidated your bamboo there, you bamboozled me for
Ha ha.
all those.
That was so punny. Oh my goodness. That was such a dad joke.
I just don't know if there's anything that's.
There's
really
something
good
you could do, and I mean, I'm probably going to do it, so it's going to open up a dragon anyway. So
Well,
it's like, do you want to let me have it, or should I be nice and let you have it? How many dragons do you have?
4.
I have 3.
But they're not offering 1 extra point next to the shrines.
So I mean, it's up to you.
You know,
Because I know what I want to do now, so.
You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this,
Oh, okay.
place it there, and get a shrine.
All right. So have a dragon, I guess, next turn.
I am gonna take a dragon.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead. Might as well.
So take that dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Take that dragon around.
Tell
And
them spiders from.
I'm gonna put that dragon right there.
They want me to tap dance. I don't want to tap dance.
Follow the butterflies.
So you took the dragon and a
I
shrine.
took the dragon
Got
and
ya.
a shrine.
Oh, you're right. I could do that, but I don't want to open you up for that one. I'll take that one, put it there, take a shrine.
Okay. I will actually
No, I
take
just
these
I should
two.
have done that. Because I didn't think about you taking that one. Ugh.
Well, here's the thing.
Ooh.
I actually cannot complete that because unless I flip the dragons.
You would have to get one more dragon to flip all those then.
And
That would lose you points.
I would lose me points.
Well,
So do I want to put that one there?
I was going to say,
You know what? Well, let's just go ahead and I'll put these
It's up to you.
there.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that one. The shrine. The problem is we're both going for black now.
I'm going to take
Those.
these two.
As well.
Whoops. And I'm going to just put that guy right there. And that guy right there.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Oh, I was thinking that, and you said it.
Maybe a little
There's
That's
the
okay.
fours.
You're right. I'm
Like
going to take those.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to put that guy there and this guy here. And I will flip, consolidate, and that will give me 2 points.
Yeah.
And I want to consolidate. I will put a shrine there. Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I could take a dragon, but there's already multiple dragons open, so there wasn't much of a point. So that will give me 2 points, and I'll consolidate those.
Look at you with all those shrines over there.
No, I'm actually doing really good this game.
I know. I think I've made a tactical blunder. Actually, you
Did
have
you?
improved.
I have, yeah. I've done so much better.
Because you have actually, up to this point, have not beaten me yet.
No. Because I'm always, like, more focused. Like, the first game, I was
So
so focused on playing.
So you get your points?
Yeah, I haven't put
Alright.
shrines down, though.
I'm
So
actually going to take
let me
these
do
two
that.
dragons. And I'm just going to put that dragon
Ooh, but if I do that there.
there. And
Okay, there's still one open. That's okay. That's fine, then.
I'm going to put that dragon there.
I didn't put that one there, so I can't do that. I'll do that one.
This is so weird having dragons exposed like
Yeah.
this. Usually flipping dragons.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take this one because I need to put one right there to get a point for that. So, there we go.
Well, I'll take that. I'm going to place that one
Yeah.
right there and take a shrine.
Take this. If I discard it, I get a point?
Yep.
I don't want to put it on my temple.
I don't blame you. I'm thinking the same thing.
Just don't mess up my plan, though. Because I have what I want to do in mind for my next turn, and you will hose me up if you do what I don't want you to do.
Well, I'm thinking ahead.
There's multiple things you could do. Just don't mess me up with this one. It'll be Ticket to Ride all over again.
No, not Ticket to Ride all over again.
No.
You know what? I'm going to take this.
No.
And I'm going to pitch it.
No.
Take a point.
No. You could have taken the one. Why'd you have to take that one?
Why not? How does that mess you up?
Because I could have taken that one and that one.
Yeah. Oh, do you got yellows over there? I didn't. Seriously, I did not see that you had yellows over there. Seriously.
No.
I totally did not see that. Your shrines are massive, and I can't see over the Great Wall.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Is that gonna?
Mess me up. Threw off my groove.
You're throwing off the Emperor's groove.
I'm gonna be that person. Don't consolidate your points because I want to figure out where you're at.
You know, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna discard it.
Yeah.
For a point. What are you doing?
I told you.
Why are you consolidating my points?
Cause I want to see where you're at. 5
Not
and
as much
5.
as you.
Okay, yeah. Get rid of those ones. If you got 10s.
That's only 5.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh.
You had 2 piles of.
Oh, I do have 2 piles.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna take that one. Place it there, so that will give me 2 points.
If you're consolidating.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna flip those over. And I will put a temple.
You're going to get rid of one to place another to
And-
invoke the spirit
Yeah,
card.
because I can't complete that one. So yeah. And I'll put that one down there because that one's next to what I flipped in dragons. Well, it is what I flipped. It's
Right.
next to a dragon.
I'm taking that dragon,
Phrase that correctly.
and I'll take a shrine, and where do I want to place
Is
this?
that the last dragon?
It is the last dragon. I'll put that right there. Oh, no, I don't want to put that there because that would make me flip.
Okay, that's fine. You can fiddle with it.
Let's see, because that would only get me, 2 points plus an extra, which would be 3, but I do be able to get more shrines in. Yeah, I'm just, I'll put it there.
But nope, that would cause you to flip.
Nope.
No,
Nope,
it's a
it's
diagonal.
diagonal.
Nope, you're right. I don't have any more places to complete anything, so.
And I can't get that black one.
Ha ha ha.
So the only thing I really can do,
Take one and get a point.
because there's nothing I can do, is I'll take and get 2 points.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. I was
Yep.
going to say discard and get 1, but yeah, that's
No,
not.
I'll take and get 2. All right, so that is the end of the game. So let's figure up the points and find out who won. Well, congratulations, Megan. You won your first game of Dragon Castle.
I did.
And actually in a pretty convincing manner. You had 67 points to my 50, what did I say?
53.
53.
Yeah.
So just to kind of show, I had 27 points in my tokens
I had 35.
here, and then adding my shrines and then adding one for each of the shrines that is next to a dragon. You actually got more points because the way you had your dragons, there, you were actually able to score, I think, more shrines. You had 4 dragons.
But I placed it so I could box them in. So which at first I didn't think was a good idea because I'm like, how am I going to build around this? But it kind of worked because I could kind of make it.
Actually, you ended up only
do it
with
better.
1 more point on your dragons than me, because all 4 of these touch, and
Yeah.
then 1, 2, 3 of those. So I had you
Yeah.
had 8, I had 7. But yeah, you killed it with having the more
I had
shrines,
9, I think.
especially with. Well, I only had 3 that were level 3s. You had
I had
5,
5 level 3s.
and then you had a couple level 2s. I had 4 level 2s, and then you had some level 1s. So, no, that was pretty good, Megan. All right, so now let's get to what we think. All right, Megan, would you like to go first since you won?
Sure, yeah. I'm pretty much gonna repeat what I kind of said in our unboxing and what I did on like our Facebook Live video. I really like this game, especially the more I've played it. I've gotten a lot better at strategizing, figuring out kind of different placements. And in the first game, I was like, oh, I'll build all of my bottom layer and then I'll go up. And then I was like, you're already on level 3, and I was just getting to level 2. So I kind of figured out, through playing it a couple different times, some different strategies, which I think you'll kind of learn as you play your own. I think it's really cool. I love the artwork. I like all of the watercolors and like the your boards, your player boards, and like the big main board. The tiles alone are really cool as well. I know we said that before. They've got some weight to them. All of the artwork is like engraved in here, and like it's all filled really nicely. I like them. Their little shrines are like almost 3D printed, and they've got, you can actually see the little shingles on there, and it's probably not the best to see on camera, but there are little shingles there, which I think is really cool, just the attention to detail. I like playing with the spirits and the dragons and all. That definitely adds to it.
Yeah, that definitely.
So I wouldn't play it without adding one of those cards in. So
Yeah.
it changes your gameplay.
Well, the rule book will tell you your first game, play without them. That way you learn kind of how the game plays, and that's how we did, and that's how I've taught everybody. But once you get that first game under your belt, having those extra cards gives you the replayability. It gives you variability because your games are going to be different. And I will point out that there are a stack. So like I've got these are the dragon cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, So there's 10 different dragon
Yeah,
cards
same
that are
with
going to
your-
have, and the dragon cards are always end of game victory points depending on certain things. So like this one is for orientation. This one, I know we've had this
We
one
have played that
where
one.
you're going to get points based on what you have face up. Then you get, like I said, other points for how you've got things oriented and so forth.
And same with your spirits. You've got all the different little animals and creatures. And I mean, we've only played with a handful of them, so.
I've actually played more because I've
Yeah,
played.
I know.
I've taught
I've
several
played
guys
with
at work.
that one.
Yeah,
with the
I like that one.
consolidating. That one's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ones.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the components. I really think these are cool.
They're super cool.
They're not heavy, or they're not
But
real
they've
heavy, I
got
should
weight
say.
to them.
So
They're
they're not
not-
like a traditional
no.
mahjong where they're made out of heavier material. These are pretty light. These are very domino-like, and I mentioned that in our unboxing. But they look really cool. It does feel like you're playing mahjong a little bit, like I said, from playing on the iPad. The artwork. This is where you and I
I think
differ.
it's so cool.
I'm not that big of a fan of the artwork.
I think it's cool.
And I get it, and that's the style,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay. It just doesn't wow me or anything. I don't know how I would have it any better. So that's kind of a caveat there.
That's just kind of your own opinion, though, too. I just think it's cool.
It is. So you have a couple different player boards that we didn't use. You've got the yellow and kind of the orangey red there. It's okay.
They're cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
And then on the back, you just got the picture on
artwork.
there. The game also comes with another board. So
That one's
in
for 3
a
players.
3-player game, you can see that. And on a 4-player game, you see that the configurations are different. On the back of the one that we have is actually an open board where you can create your own. And the rule book, and I showed this in the unboxing, the rule book actually has a number of different castle configurations that you can use. So you can kind of see there's a bunch of different ones. And they will tell you, like this one here is best for 2. We've never changed it up. We've always used the ones. But I think in future games we might start using these.
They look really cool.
But the rule book is actually a very good rule book. You've got your quick reference on the back, but the reference cards are very nice. I like those. I do actually refer to it every time we score points, just because I want to make sure that I don't forget the way we're doing that.
Well, I want to point out in the rule book, I mean, I'm normally not one to read the rule book. Normally that's kind of you, and then I let you know all of it and teach it to me. But I mean, as you saw when you were playing, I liked being able to look it up, and my question was an FAQ, and I like how they've added that, especially in with the spirit and the dragon cards. I think is really nice. So they do have some of those already predicting someone's probably going to ask that.
Well, and that was one of the negatives that my playing group had pointed out, was that the cards sometimes are not very intuitive as far as what they do. But I think the rule book does an excellent job of explaining it. And like you said, there's the FAQs in there, so
you don't have to defer online. You can just go straight to a rule book, which is pretty nice.
So you've got good description there of the spirit cards, and then on the next page you've got all of the dragon cards laid out there, so you can
Same thing, FAQs and all.
see all those. So that's really cool. I did not mention yet if I like the game or not. I really like it. It's very nice. It's very, very relaxing. We did more talking in this playthrough only because we wanted to make sure we were explaining things, but we've played the game several times now. We know exactly what we're doing, so it's very relaxing. You can have other conversations while someone is trying to figure out where they're going to place their tiles on their board. The next player can actually go and try to figure out what tiles they're going to take. So the downtime that I've noticed is pretty minimal. Even with AP prone players, you don't really have a lot of options.
No.
You're taking off the top, so you're either going to, try to find a pair. If there's not a pair there, your next option is, do you want to keep it and take a shrine, or do you want to get rid of it and get a point? So it all depends on what stage you're at in the game. Also, with this little end of game thing, I'm really surprised. After you took that first one, I think if you would have taken the second one right away, you would have won. I think you had the points.
I was just like, let's just kind of keep playing around with it.
And I was fine with that because I needed to play catch up. I kind of boxed myself in a corner here. I was hoping to be able to put down 3 shrines with that last one. I was going to get rid of that one, and that would have given me an extra basically 9 points.
Yeah.
Because those would have been 3 points apiece, and then I would have got a couple extra points for dragons. So
And like you said, it's kind of a relaxing game. I feel like it has somewhat of the same feel as when we play Carcassonne or Ticket to Ride. I mean, we know what we're doing. We're playing just for fun afterwards. We play it kind of late at night when we just kind of want to wind down.
It is a
And
good
it's kind
winding
of
down game.
conversational because, I mean, you're not necessarily talking a lot. I mean, we talked a lot in our playthrough, obviously, but, like, I know other times we played, we're just kind of grabbing our own tiles and kind of going for it, and we've just had conversations going on with it, so it's kind of nice for that type of game, too.
Now, I realize this is early in the year, but I have to say that so far this is one of the best games I've played in quite a while.
It's going to probably be in my top 5, definitely, for Game of the Year, because I do want to see what else.
Well,
and I haven't got the Hogwarts battle to the table yet, so
yeah.
I know that's going to be
It's
up there.
it's very early to start talking Game of the Year for us, but this is an
such a good
excellent game. It will easily be in the top 10.
Definitely.
I know that. And as far as other games, that are similar to this that I've played, I actually prefer this one.
What other game
Well,
would that be?
I recently played Azul, which is kind of a tile drafting game. I actually like Dragon Castle better. I like the playability on this. I like, the whole building up your temples and such.
It reminds me of, like, kind of the same concept with Santorini, with, like, building up and then you're capping them off. But
Sort
a little
of.
bit different because you're not trying to, like, move your people and, like, kind of play on the big board. It's more individualized on how you're building.
Yeah,
So,
but there is hate drafting that does go on in this. We didn't really do that much here,
You
and
took that yellow from me.
I totally didn't even know I was doing that. So that that's just one of those things. It does happen. You do have to keep an eye on what other players are going for, because you don't want to.
We started going for the blacks, so.
Yeah, you don't want to let them have things that you can see that they're building up. You had that big thing of green going, and
I did, yeah.
Sometimes you got to play your own game.
They were open.
It wouldn't have helped me to take any green on my part, except to get rid of it for a point.
Yeah.
Or keep it for fodder in order to invoke the spirit card. But
well, that helped me too, because I did that twice with, like, I built them here and then I built this way, so I definitely got like 8-9 points there. So that helped.
Yeah, no, you did. You played an excellent game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that is Dragon Castle from Horrible Games.
But it is not
a horrible game. This is a great game. I really enjoy this. And when I first saw this, I knew that you would probably like it too.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game that's in our wheelhouse. Looking forward to, this might be a game that we may actually do like a Facebook Live video on.
We could, yeah.
With one of the other configurations. So if you would like to see that, let us know in the comments below, or visit us on our Facebook page and let us know that, hey, yeah, you do want to see us do a live play of this. Because it really wouldn't take that long. I mean, we'd probably fly through it in,
we
like
could always answer
30
questions
minutes or
too
less.
as we went through the game. It's not like it's going to distract or anything. So if you just want to chat with us too.
That is true. So, like I said, that's Dragon Castle, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.